Let's go to Jean from Long Island. Jean from Long Island, welcome to the show. What's on your mind today?
Hi, David. Thanks for taking the call. Today,
Pleasure.
I want to talk about Israel and Hamas.
Okay.
Uh, my dad was Jewish, and he always wanted to bring me to Israel. And so we went a couple of years ago,
Hmm.
and it was really, really interesting. We went to Jerusalem, which was in the Palestinian area. Um,
Now hold on a
and
second. Let's see if I can so you might mean when you say you went to Jerusalem and it was in the Palestinian area, do you mean you went into East Jerusalem or you went
yeah,
into the quarter of the old city? Where did you go? What do you mean?
I don't remember specifically, but it had to do with one of the churches that Jesus was went to or
So you
something.
went to
I
the
don't even
Arab
remember.
quarter. You went to the Arab quarter of the old city, it sounds like, in West Jerusalem.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so only tour groups are allowed to go there. Nobody else is allowed to cross the border. It was just
Hmm.
such a very interesting, um, just something very interesting to experience. But
Yes.
um, I wanted to actually talk about last week. You guys talked about getting rid of Hamas and killing all the adults, but um,
I
some of the
talked about
Israel
that.
somebody had called and talked about eradicating Hamas.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um, but I had seen like published videos from some of those Hamas GoPros. I don't know if you've seen any of those
Yeah,
where,
I've seen a little bit of it. It's pretty hard to watch.
yeah, but they have pictures of young children being indoctrinated into this. And I was just thinking that we could eliminate Hamas all we want, but all of these kids are being indoctrinated into these terrorist organizations. I feel like they're going to live on forever. How do we address that root issue?
Yep. I
It's
mean,
just such a
listen,
very
there's a bunch of different answers to this. We're not going to solve it here right now, but I think there's a few
right.
different things that can be discussed. There are a lot of people who believe that while what you're saying is true, and there's a lot of radicalization among the youth in Gaza, that if the Palestinian Authority took control of Gaza rather than Hamas, it's not a solution. It's not a perfect solution in any way. The Palestinian Authority has a number of shortcomings, but that it would dramatically improve circumstances, particularly if there could be some additional normalization of folks in Gaza who can more easily go and work in Israel the way many in the West Bank do, and that dramatically improve. It doesn't fix, it doesn't perfect everything, but that improves willingness to negotiate and to coexist, and may serve as an entryway into genuine peace negotiations. The other complexity is also, a lot of these Hamas people, if you show up, they're dressed like civilians. They'll put their gun
Mm.
down and go, I don't know anything about Hamas. I don't know. I'm just here. I don't know anything about it. And if given the opportunity to go into Egypt or elsewhere, they'll do it. They go, I don't know. Hamas, I was never part of Hamas. So there's also that reality, which is this is not like an organized army in the way that is the case in many countries. So there's no shortage of difficulties and complexities here.
Is it the Palestinian Authority, that Fatah group, was opposite Hamas, which is why Hamas ended up taking over the Gaza Strip, right? So I
Yes,
still
yes,
imagine there would be people in the Gaza Strip who would oppose
yes.
the Palestinian Authority and actually could make things worse, although I don't know how much worse they can possibly get. But
You're absolutely right. No,
um,
everything you're saying is absolutely true. And, I think the biggest frustration here is there are so many people who write to us and they argue like, hey, guys, the solution's simple. And here's what the solution is. It's so obvious. And there seems to be a total lack of self-reflection about the fact that, like, maybe it's a little bit naive or arrogant to think you've figured out the solution. Like, maybe as a starting point, you should ask yourself, am I even informed enough to be proposing solutions? And so many people just don't have the humility to do it. You should see these emails I get, Gene.
and also, if it was an easy solution, don't you think it would have happened already?
Well, you could argue that even if the solution's easy, it might not be convenient to some of the people, the players, and so that they are
Right.
And by the way, that is also true to a degree. I mean, I don't. Netanyahu benefits from the people being afraid of imminent attacks, and I don't think he is a credible path to peace. Hamas
True.
quite literally just wants to kill Jews, so they're not a path to peace. So there is a degree to which that's actually true as well.
Yeah, that whole area now that this has gone on, I've actually took the time to learn a lot about the area. And even during my visit, we learned like the fight over the Holy Land has been going on for centuries and centuries.
Yes.
So, so it's not just this going on here. It's just a very interesting situation. But yeah, that's why I wanted to talk about the, eradicating those children, not the eradicating the children, but
Eradicating the beliefs
trying to
that
change.
lead to radicalization. Yeah,
Yes. Yep.
exactly. All right,
All
Jean
right.
from
Thank
Long
you.
Island, thank you so much for the call.
Bye.
All right, there she goes. We're going to take a quick break and get back to hear from some more people. If you're holding, just hold on because we'll go right back to the phones in a moment.